Hello everyone, in this video let's learn about range data type. So range is the most commonly used data type in Python. Okay, so what is meant by a range data type? Range means sequence of numbers. If you want to represent some range of numbers, then we have to go for range data type. Okay, suppose if I want to represent from 0 to 9 or from 10 to 20 or from 10 to 100 like this. If I want to represent a sequence of numbers in this order, then I have to go for range data type. So range is nothing but sequence of numbers or range of numbers. Okay. So what is the, how to create a range data type? What is the syntax we have to follow? So here to create a range data type, we have three forms. Okay. We have three forms to create a range data type. Now let's learn one by one. Okay. So first coming to first form 1. So see here, R equal to range of n. This is the form 1 syntax to create a range object. Here range is an inbuilt data type. Okay. Here range is an inbuilt data type or inbuilt function in Python. Okay. So here in form 1, okay, in form 1, R equal to range of n. Here I am passing a single argument. Okay, single argument, a single element as a argument I am passing. That means if you represent this object, okay, so here my range function will represent the values from 0 to n minus 1. For range of n, the values will be from 0 to n minus 1. Okay. Suppose for example, R equal to range of 10. R equal to range of 10 means 0 to n minus 1 means 9. Right. The values will be from 0 to 9. If I print the type of R, if I print the type of R, the output will be, so the type function will return the data type. So my R is a range data type. Okay. So suppose as I told, it represents the values, the sequence values from 0 to 9. If I want to view those numbers in the output, okay, then here if you give print of R, okay, then it will just give range of 0 to 10. If you give print of R, okay, this is not a single element to represent. So that's why what it will return means, it will say range of 0 to 10. This is the output you will get if you use this statement in this range. Okay, for this statement, if you write this statement and if you give print of R, then the output will be this one. But I want to view the numbers, the sequence of numbers from 0 to 9 like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I want to view the output in this order, then for range function you have to use loop concept. So in Python we have different types of loops, for loop, while loop, like that. So loop concept is used for flow control of the program. Okay. So in later videos we will learn in detail about the loop concept, but here just to remember, so for range data type we have to use loop concept. Okay. So here we have for and while loop. Okay. Here I am using for loop in this range object. Okay. So what is the purpose of loops? Loops means for flow control, controlling the flow of the program, we will go for loop concept. Okay. So here if I want to represent all these numbers, then I have to use for x is some element in that range. Okay, x is the elements, all these elements I am treating it as an x in range R. For x in range R, I have to use this statement. And now if I print the value of x, okay, after this statement, after the for loop, if I print the value of x, then I will get the output like this. That means whatever may be the elements which comes under that range, all those elements will be displayed on the output. Okay. So, for that purpose, if I want to view the output, the sequence of all the numbers, I have to use for loop like this. I have to give. For each element in range, in that range, I want to print the element. So, in R range, I have the numbers from 0 to 9. I want to print all those numbers. So, print of x means for x is 0, 0, next 1, 2, like this all the numbers in that range will be displayed in the output. Okay. So, that is the form 1 to create a range object. So, what I am saying, I can create a range object in the 3 different forms. So, first form we have seen. Okay. So, before going to see the next form, form 2, let me wipe the board and explain. Okay. Next, coming to form 2. So, here for range function, I am using 2 arguments, that is a begin and n. So, in the previous version, I am using range of n. That means it always starts from 0 to n minus 1. Okay. If you pass the single argument like this, the output will be always starts from 0 to n minus 1. Suppose if I want the output not from 0, from some number like 1 to 10, if I want the output like this, not from 0, okay, then I can use this format. Okay, then I can go with form 2. So, here range of 1 comma 10. Okay. So, my begin number is from 1. Okay, the range should start from 1 and my last number is 10, end number is 10. That means 1 to 9, it will give the output from 1 to 9. Okay. So, here also the same for x in R, print of x. Okay. So, this is the format I have to follow if I want to represent the numbers from some number from 1 to, not from 0, from some other number or from 1 or from 10 to 100, like that. If I want to give some specific number not from 0, then I have to go from second form of range, second form of representation of range. Okay. So, if I want defaultly, if I want to represent the numbers from 0 to n minus 1, then I have to go for this syntax. Okay. Suppose if I want to give some specific number, that means my range should start from this number to this number. Okay, not from 0, then I have to go for form 2 representation. Okay. So, now go to form 3 representation. Okay. Let us see how to represent a form 3. So, see here form 3. So, in form 3 representation, the range will be range of begin, end, and here you can use increment or decrement operator. Increment, see here, range of begin, end, and here I can use increment or decrement operator. So, here if you consider form 2, I am passing 2 arguments for range object, begin and end. Okay. In form 1, I have just passed 1 argument, n, right. In form 2, 2 arguments. Coming to form 3, I am passing 3 arguments. Okay. So, here see range of my begin value is some 1, end is 10, increment or decrement. Suppose if I give 1, okay, increment or decrement, for incrementation you have to use a positive number here. Okay. For decrementation you have to give minus of, like that. Okay. So, let me show first increment operator, later I will show the decrement operator also. So, if I give like this, then and if I print for x in R, print of x, if you give like this, then the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this, right? Here I am using increment by 1. This is the meaning. If you use 1 here, that means each and every value should be incremented by 1. So see here, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, like this. Suppose here if I represent, instead of 1, if I use 2 here, okay, if I take 2, then what will be the output? See, if I use 2 here, 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 2 5, 7 9. So this is my output. Okay, suppose if I use 3 here, so 1 4, 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, which is not in my range. So this is my output. So like this you can give, if you give the positive value, it will consider it as an increment operator. Suppose if you give negative value, okay, negative value means, so negative values means the begin will be like this, 10 1 minus 2. Suppose if my range is like this, okay, then what will be the output? See, if my range is like this, that means it has to start from 10 minus 2 8, 8 minus 2 6, 6 minus 2 4, 4 minus 2 2. So this is my desired output. If you give decrement operator, so for decrement operator you have to give minus before the number. Okay, so this is the third form of creating a range object. Okay, so next another important point I want to discuss. Before that, let me wipe the board. Okay, so next one, so here if I am saying range of 1 to 10, means I will get the output like this, 1, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. Suppose up to 8, if I give the value like this, 1 to 9, okay, so my output will be up to 8, from 1 to 8. Okay, so in the sequence order I am getting my output. That means if I am getting the output in some order, means is the order important in range or not? So in range data type, order is important. Okay, that means insertion order is preserved in range data type. So if insertion order is preserved, that means if order is important, means can I apply indexing and slicing operation on range data type? Yes, right. So I can perform indexing as well as a slicing operation. So see here, suppose R is equal to range of this one. So R of 0 means 1, right? R of 0 means 1. The index values ranges from 0 to n minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So these are all my index values. So R of 0, in the 0th index I have the value of 1. Similarly, R of minus 1, always the minus 1 means the last element, right? Last element index value. So 8. R of minus 1 is 8. That means I can perform indexing operation on range data type, because order is important in range data type. That means insertion order is preserved in range data type. So I can perform indexing operation on range data type. Okay, suppose if indexing is allowed, means slicing operation also allowed, right? Suppose see here, R1 is equal to R of, for example, R1 is equal to R of 1 colon 4. So if you are using like this, means it represents a slicing operation, right? So in slicing operation you have to give colon between two index values. So here what will be the output? What will be the output if I want to get those range, that means the slicing, within this range of numbers I want some numbers, I want to display some numbers. okay, some subset of numbers. Then I have to go for slice operation. So if I want to view the output, here I have to use loop for x in R, okay. So print of R1, sorry, print of x, for x in R1, print of x, right. So here 1 from index value 1 means 2, 4 means up to 3 index value, 2, 3, 4 is my output, right. Here I have taken another, this I am assigning this index, sorry, slicing, I am performing slicing operation on that range data type, and I am assigning that to some another value. R1 is my element, a variable, okay, which holds these values. These values are assigned to R1. Now I am printing each and every value which are stored in R1. So my output is 2, 3, 4, because the index values from begin to end means I will get begin to end minus 1. The values from begin to end minus 1, that means for 4 means here up to 3 I will get these values, right. That means in a range data type, so what are the main things you have to represent? In range data type, order is important. Next, as order is important, indexing can be performed, okay, and slicing can be performed. Okay, indexing and slicing operations are performed. Next one is can I assign some values to the range objects? That means suppose R of 1 equal to some 10, like that. Can I change? Here R of 1 is 2. Okay. Can I assign a new value to this range data type? It is meaningless, because range is a sequence of numbers. We cannot disturb those numbers. That means range is a immutable data type. So once if the range object is created, we cannot perform any changes. Now let me show the execution of range data type. So go to Python idle. So open a new file. Now we can execute the range object. That means a range object can be created in 3 forms. Okay. Now let me show the execution of first form. R equal to range of 10. I am passing only a single argument here. Okay. First let me check the type of R. So print type of R, and next I want to print the elements in that range. So for x in R, print of x. Okay. So save the program. Okay. Now run the code, run module. So see, so it is a range type and these are the numbers. Range of 10 means from 0 to 9. So I got the output from 0 to 9. Sequence of numbers from 0 to 9. Okay. Next one. Next one, I am passing 2 arguments. 1, 10. That means I want the output from 1 to 10, not from 0 to 9. I want the output from 1 to 9. Okay. So see here. Now run the code again. See, here I got the output from 1 to 9. Okay. Suppose if I want to perform range object using 3 arguments, so as a third argument I have to perform incrementation or decrementation. Okay. So here I am giving 2. That means I am saying to perform incrementation by 2. Again run the code. See, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So that means incrementation by 2, 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. So in that range from 1 to 10, no. So in that range by incrementation by 2, I got the output by like this. Okay. Next. So similarly I can perform decrementation also. here this third argument is for incrementation as well as decrementation. Suppose if I give -2 means decrementation. Okay, so 10 1, okay, 10 comma 1 comma -2, that means decrement by 2. Now let me show the code. Now let me show the execution of the code. Okay, so see, so 10 -2 8, 8 -2 6, 6 -2 4, 4 -2 2. So like this we can create range objects using 3 forms. Okay, that means these are the various ways of creating a range object. Thank you.